What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review Season 2, Episode 9 of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. And tonight's episode is titled Antitrust. But before I do that, I got to give a shout out to my lovely subscribers that hold me down in the comment section. I'm talking about folks like Tanae C., Lamont Simpson, The R.C. Kroger, Savannah Rivers Amore, Kryptonian Black. And I see that we have some new subscribers. So shout outs and welcome to the channel, Just a Jim. Thank you for subscribing. Barb S., thank you for subscribing. Nate2668 and Lanisha. I do appreciate all of y'all. You're helping this channel go and grow. I think we are at 930 now. So let's keep it moving. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. I do appreciate that. So that's enough of me begging for subscribers. Let's get right down to this review. The episode kicks off. We see Lulu. Lulu done killed one of the Italians, one of Sal's men. This is one of Sal's childhood buddies or good close friend. But, Lulu killed him, coming out of the bowling alley. And Sal is annoying me because Sal's logic is a little off. And I have to say, with last week, I'm in agreement with Rock. Your son had a job. He took a job. He failed at it. You're not going to take my brother because my brother hired him. He hired him and he did a bad job. He failed at his job. It cost him his life. So, I have to agree with her. So anyway, that's what's causing all of this. So unfortunately, poor Renee is in the crosshairs, and that's the woman who was counseling Marvin. We saw last week when Marvin was getting close to her and everything, and you're having that conversation. I'm like, oh, something's going to come about of this. And what happened is she got caught in the crossfires because the gangsters don't know how to shoot right, so they accidentally killed her. And so we see Marvin tonight at her funeral, and he's upset about it. And this triggers Marvin to feel like, so many bad things are happening. He wants to change his ways and do things like that. And it's really upsetting to him. Meanwhile, and I felt bad for him too, because I thought, oh, he's finally going to get him a little lady love. But, that's not how it works in this show. Meanwhile, Famous has got some issues going. Famous got to pay the rent. The guy told him, listen, if you don't have this rent money, out the door you go. So this makes Famous promise him, well, what if I can get you studio time, you and your girl studio time in exchange for staying here? He said, listen, you got X amount of days to get this or you're out the door. That's what he pretty much told him. So Famous is scrambling. He goes over to Lou and Cartier while they're in the studio, and he asks Lou a question. He says, well, Lou, can I get some studio time? Cartier, who I don't like that character at all. He was like, we don't do that. He gave this whole metaphor about the hook and the fish and catching your own fish and all that because you're going to keep coming back. And, Lulu was going to hook Famous up. But Cartier was like, listen, we don't do the handouts like that. And Lulu was like, wait a minute, I thought you was a silent partner. He said, well, I'm not silent when money is involved. We got to, and I was like, he kind of has a point too. You can't keep bailing this dude out. You really can't. That just doesn't make sense. But he said, look, we're not doing no charity cases around here. Meanwhile, Sam, the crackhead, he gets arrested. And so he decides now he wants to tell the truth and say how he witnessed who shot Detective Howard. And, at first they're not believing him, but here comes Burke, who just can't seem to mind her business and can't let this go. He gets to her and he tells her, I saw it was a kid that hangs with Famous. And she's like, a kid that hangs with Famous? So they let Sam go because they said they needed to space. Sam's a crackhead, so they're releasing Sam. And Howard sees Burke talking to him, and the other cop told Howard, yeah, she's, Sam saying that he saw who shot you and all this other stuff. And, that's some serious business right here. So now Sam don't know what he's getting himself into. Now you got to be dealt with, Sam, because you know too much and they want to kill you. But what happens in this episode? Marvin decides that he's, when he's supposed to kill him, Marvin doesn't kill him because Marvin wants to be different now. He's that whole death of Renee is bothering him. And, we saw tonight in the scene with him and Jukebox where he pretty much, I love their scene together tonight too. He pretty much told her that he's been effing up and messing up and he wants to do good. And he knows, he's done some effed up things and effed up things continue to happen. That death really bothered him. And I like that scene between him and her where she told him, she said, listen, did you cry when you went to the funeral for Renee? He said, well, I don't know. I had my shades on. She said, listen, I've seen you cry. It's okay to cry. I like that they're repairing their relationship and he's trying to change, So with all that being said, because he's trying to change, he decides to tell old crackhead Sam, listen, I'm supposed to kill you, but I'm not going to. Get on this bus and get on out of town. And if I see you again, you're going to be in some trouble. And I knew this was a bad mistake. I was like, come on now. You're going to give him, he gave him money and told him to get on the bus. He got on the bus. Then, a few blocks later, he made the bus driver get him, let him out, demanded to be, get me the F off this bus. So he let him off the bus. So we know we'll be saying rest in peace to Sam pretty soon because he going to get himself hurt. Sam the crackhead is going to get himself hurt. What else did we see in this episode tonight? We learned that Detective Howard is a Muslim, and we saw a conversation between him and Kanan that I thought was pretty good, where Kanan pretty much told him, I know that you're my father. And he says, he asked Kanan about the situation with Rock. Is he still dealing with her? And Kanan went on to tell him, why are you worried about her? Why are you worried about her so much or whatever and how she feels, whatever. And he said, and he goes on to tell him, she's the one who sent, he was about to tell him, she's the one who sent me over to kill you, knowing that you my father, knowing that you my daddy. But Howard is trying to get past all that. He's like, listen, that doesn't matter. That's not anything. That has nothing to do with all this. Don't worry about that, pretty much. He's like, let's look past this. Let's deal with our bond right here. That's what we're going to do. So they're hooking up and hanging out over at the mosque because, Howard is Muslim and trying to get back into his ways of praying and all those things. And I like their scene, too, because they're trying to work it out and figure each other out. And they're trying to figure out, what they're going to do. So Kanan's pretty conflicted because he's like, my mother won't tell me the truth. He even asked Howard, he said, did she always know? But I like how Howard said, I'm not sure. But you need to go talk to your mother. Go talk to your mother. That's pretty much what he told him. Go talk to your mother. Don't ask me. Go talk to your mother. But I like that. I like that Howard said that to him. Meanwhile, we saw Rock talking to Jukebox, pretty much saying how she feels like everything she does for Kanan, but she knows that there's a distance that he's withdrawing from her and it's hurting her. She can't connect with him. Well, Rock, you're not too honest with him, and you do some shady stuff, but, it is what it is. And she was trying to see what he said about her, but of course, Jukebox is very loyal to him. Jukebox wouldn't tell her anything. But, she did have the conversation with Jukebox about Jukebox's mother in that situation, how that failed, and all of that. And I thought that was great. So I liked the conversation between them tonight. I did enjoy that. And we also seen Cartier's partner or business partner talking to Rock. And I said, something's going on here. And they came to the conclusion that in order for him to deal with her, she's going to have to get rid of Cartier. I don't like that Cartier character at all. That the actor who's playing him is doing a good job because I really can't stand him. I can't. It's something about him that just irks me. And then we see him tonight trying to push up on Rock, and I get what I want, and he wants some boom boom. He want to get some of that. He want to get some of her. But he also said, I want to invest in your business. She said, I thought you said my business don't make no money. No, it's too crowded up here and all that. It ain't going to do enough. He didn't say not make no money. I'm sorry. She said, I thought you said my business, it was too crowded up here for you. Why you coming up over here now? Why you want to be a part of this? And, he said what he said, we could control this, that, and the third. And I could see in her eyes, I said, Rock is up to something. She's not going down with that. She's not feeling that at all. She's definitely not feeling that at all. So the Italians are hot. Sal is hot. Sal says, this is what we got to do to take them down. You know, they want to strike. One of his boys was like, listen, we got to strike first. We got to strike back now. They went too far killing our homeboy. We got to strike back now because enough is enough. Sal's like, no, we don't want to go into this territory not knowing what we're doing. So this is what we're going to do. You get me Unique, because we need to know the ins and outs before we go over there. We need to know what is going on before we go over there. So he has a conversation with Unique, and he tries to get Unique to get involved in their business and his beef with Rock. And Unique said, listen, not for nothing, Sal, your son messed up. But Sal still has this thing. He's like, yeah, but he went behind my back and hired my son. Yeah, that's not the point. Your son messed up. Have some accountability here. Your son messed up the job himself. So he's telling Unique, I need you to get me the ins and outs of Rock's business. And he said, no, I'm not doing that. He said, that would make me a snitch. He's very loyal. I'm very loyal. I'm not doing that. That would make me a snitch. I'm not getting involved in it. I'm not telling you any of that. No. And so Sal said to him, he says, see, now that's disappointing to me. And I don't handle disappointment well. So I said, okay, it's going to be some problems now. Let's see what's going to happen with that. Yeah. So after that, we saw that situation, and we now see Rock with her brothers pretty much saying, are you in? We got to be in. We got to strike back. We might not be able to defeat them, but we can still mess with them. We got to show them. And she said, how is it going to look? They're not the big dogs that they claim to be, because they over in New Jersey. Wait till the New Yorkers find out that they're getting heat from the small guys like us in Queens. So she said, we got to strike. We got to have some plans too, because we're not going to let them push us around. And I was like, okay, this is getting interesting. Really interesting. Meanwhile, Burke's girlfriend told Burke, mind your business. Stop digging into your partner's life. Of course, she don't want to do that. She just can't help herself. I don't know. I think she's about to get killed or something. Something's going to happen to her. And we learn in tonight's episode, as we saw, Nicole, remember Nicole? Jukebox's deceased girlfriend. Nicole's father calls Jukebox over, and they are trying to investigate Burke, because a little birdie done put into Nicole's father's ear that those drugs that killed Nicole came from Burke. I said, well, look at this. Look at this. And so that's nothing but Detective Howard going over there to Nicole's parents, to Nicole's father, telling him that. So they're trying to get Jukebox to talk, and Jukebox is like, I don't talk to cops. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm not getting involved. She said, I ain't getting involved. I'm not doing none of that. Absolutely not. I'm not getting involved in that at all. Now, let's go back to Famous. Famous goes over to Corinne's house and asks for the gun. He decides he's going to rob old boy. Remember the boy that Kanan jacked up? He's going to rob him. That didn't go so well, because when he went to rob the guy to get his rent money, the guy recognized him and was like, oh, you punk. Famous, you ain't gonna do jack. You a punk. I can hear your little bitch-ass voice. Basically what he said. And then he raised his shirt up to show that he had a gun too. And when he did that, Famous shot him. And then shot him again. And somebody witnessed that. So Famous, you made a big mistake. You ain't about this life, but now you're starting to be entangled in you made a big mistake with that. So we're going to see how that plays out. And just when it can't get any worse, I'm like, oh my goodness. Cartier is coming home, going to his penthouse. The penthouse, he's all relaxed. His guard is down. He gets in the elevator. The doorman makes a call. He's in. He's in that elevator. I said, oh, he about to get him. He gets to about the 6th floor or 9th floor, whatever floor. Not his floor, not the penthouse. The door's open. It is Rock and Lulu. And they killed him. And basically he was like, she said, we family. He was like, bitch, fuck. Bitch, F you and your family. That's what he said to her. You know, I said, well. And rest in peace to him, because he's now taken to the king because he's in glory now. He done went on to glory because they killed him. So it was a really good episode. I said, wow, okay, they killed him. So I enjoyed tonight's episode. I thought it was, I say this every week with this show. I thought it was really good. Really good, really good. We're going to see how all these things play out. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Famous. Now, he did that. He did this. I'm predicting the crackhead is going to die. I'm predicting something's going to happen with Burke. And I'm interested to see how this war, because it's going to be a war between Rock's people and Sal's people. I'm interested to see how that's going to play out too. So I got to wait till next week, but the show's really good. So that's all I have for now. Tell me your thoughts. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.